Hi everyone, I just wanted to share with you a strategy that I call story sculpting. It's a really powerful strategy to help children dig deeper into story, to ask big questions and to share their understanding as to what it is that the Bible is trying to convey to them and to others. So we would read a story together if we were story sculpting. I love the Jesus Storybook Bible. I find it actually can be used across the age spectrum, and it brings huge revelation. It makes me cry. It's a good Bible to use. And what we would do with story sculpting is that we'd move it into using objects to retell the story. What I've got here is a box full of wooden pieces. I've got a mat, and the use of the mat is really important. So we'd lay down the mat to create the surface on which we'd tell the story. And then we would take out the different pieces, or the children would use the pieces of wood in this instance, but you could use Lego, you could use anything that's lying around the home, you could use cuddly toys, anything that you've got that you can get your hands or can get hold of, get your hands on. This is, I really like using the wooden objects because they don't have a fixed state, or they're not, this isn't obviously a character, but it could easily become a disciple. It could become the stone that's rolled away from the tomb. It could become anything. So we use the objects, and I've got big pieces, some 3D shapes that help construct buildings or areas, and then some sawn out bits and pieces of log as well, just to help with that construction of a shape. And the children on the mat can retell the story. And I've got an example in a blue piece of fashion for you over here. So we were looking at the story of Jonah, and over here we have, I don't know whether you can see, there is the big fish just down here. So here's our big fish. Here's Jonah. He's in the big fish now. This is Jonah over in Nineveh. This is Jonah on the boat. So the children can use the objects to recreate the story and retell the story in a powerful way. What we get to do is ask questions. Why do you think Jonah didn't want to listen to God? Questions like, when Jonah was on the boat, let's imagine that this is God. Where was God? And we can ask all sorts of powerful questions that help children to dig deeper and to think more broadly about the story. Now, this, I think, is a really powerful tool because it actually invites the children to become part of the story and get into the story, rather than having to rely on images. The child is physically making the story, retelling the story, and getting involved in the story, imagining what it might have been like to be Jonah, what the smells might have been like, what the environment might have looked like. And we can begin to ask the children questions like, so what do you think this tells us about God? Why do we think this story's in the Bible? And as I say, I think it's a really awesome tool to explore story in a deeper level. I hope it's been a helpful, quick introduction, and I hope you can be able to use it too in your ministry wherever you are. Okay, cheers, bye.